Coming up on High School Quiz Show, we have Commonwealth School. Taking on Boston Latin. That's next on High School Quiz Show. Major funding for High School Quiz Show is provided by Safety Insurance. Additional funding is provided by the Museum of Science, Massachusetts Teachers Association, Xfinity, UMass Amherst, Eastern Bank, and Subaru of New England. Hi, everybody. Welcome to High School Quiz Show. I'm Billy Costa, your host. In last week's match, Lexington defeated Hingham to move on to the quarterfinals. Today, we welcome Boston Latin and making their High School Quiz Show debut, Commonwealth School from Boston. On the Boston Latin team, we have Mira, Maya, Kyler, and Coogan, with alternates Dennis and Bia, and coaches Teresa Kojan and Andy Zhao. And competing for Commonwealth, we have Aaron, Aritra, Henry, and Thomas, with alternates Peter and Marai. Melissa Glenn Haber is the coach. So the competition has 4 rounds, a toss-up, head-to-head, category, and of course the lightning round. We start with the toss-up round. All answers are worth 10 points. There are no point deductions for wrong answers, and players may confer. So teams, if you're ready, good luck. Here we go. Because he spent 300% of his original budget, Steven Spielberg feared he would never work in Hollywood again after filming what 1975 film on Martha's Vineyard? Yes, Coogan.
Jaws.
Jaws is correct. Quad ball is the official new name of what real-life sport inspired by the Harry Potter novels? Yes, Aaron.
Quidditch.
Yes. When a volcano erupts, the resulting explosion shoots magma out into the atmosphere or onto the Earth's surface. At this point, the magma becomes known as what? Yes, Mira.
Lava.
Lava is right. Our life is frittered away by detail. Simplify, simplify, simplify. What New England author wrote this in his most famous work, Walden? Yes, Kyler.
Henry David Thoreau.
Yes. Now take a look at your screens and this picture. Badlands National Park, seen here, contains one of the world's richest fossil beds, allowing scientists to study the evolution of animals such as the horse, rhino, and saber-toothed cat. Badlands is located in what U.S. state? Yes, Henry.
South Dakota.
Yes. During a visit to Moscow in 1959, what U.S. vice president engaged in his famous kitchen debate over capitalism and communism with Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev? Yes,
Nixon.
Kyler. I'm sorry?
Nixon.
Yes, Nixon is correct. In 2022, Megan Rapinoe, Becky Sauerbrunn, and Alex Morgan secured a $24 million settlement and a landmark contract that guarantees equal pay and prize money in what sport? Yes, Henry.
Soccer.
Yes. Criticized by Jane Austen purists for using modern language and for breaking the fourth wall, what 2022 Netflix film starring Dakota Johnson is based on Austen's final completed novel? Yes, Amira.
Persuasion.
Yes. A substance with pH 4 is how many times more acidic than a substance with pH 5? Yes, Mira.
10.
10 times is correct. Now take a look at your screens, and here comes your next question.
Hello, I'm Kumble Subbaswamy, Chancellor of UMass Amherst. Here's my question. What UMass Amherst alumna was a Grammy Award-winning singer whose 1991 album, Unforgettable with Love, paid tribute to her father with reworked versions of some of his best-known songs? Is it Lena Horne, Etta James, or Natalie Cole?
Yes, Maya.
Natalie Cole.
Natalie Cole is correct. We move on. In 2022, what 37-year-old Los Angeles Lakers star became the second basketball player after Michael Jordan to become a billionaire? Yes, Henry.
LeBron James.
LeBron is correct. Said to be the inspiration for Indiana Jones. What Yale University history professor discovered the lost city of the Incas, Machu Picchu, in 1911 in Peru? Yes, Kyler.
Howard Carter.
No, you want to try it, Commonwealth? Hiram Bingham is the answer. Slate is a metamorphic rock that's derived directly from what sedimentary rock? Shale is the answer. In 1953, what American physician and medical researcher developed the first safe and reliable vaccine for polio?
Jonas Salk.
Yes. What 2020 fantasy novel by Matt Haig follows Nora, a young woman who tries to kill herself but wakes up in a library filled with books of alternate versions of her life? Yes, Kyler.
The Infinite Library.
No. Commonwealth, you want to try it? Yes, Henry.
Library of Dreams.
No, the Midnight Library is the answer. It takes about how many minutes for sunlight to reach the Earth? Is it 1 minute, 4 minutes, or 8 minutes? Yes, Aaron.
8 minutes.
8 minutes is correct. In 1998, President Edward Shevardnadze narrowly escaped an assassination attempt as his motorcade drove through Tbilisi, the capital city of what country? Yes, Kyler.
Georgia.
Yes. Our Lips Are Sealed and Vacation are songs by what 80s band that was the first and only all-female group to top the charts while writing and playing their own songs? Yes,
Spice Girls?
Henry. No, Boston Latin, you want to try it? The Go-Go's. One of just two elements on the periodic table that is liquid at standard temperature and pressure. What element has the chemical symbol Br? Yes, Henry.
Bromine.
Yes. President George W. Bush once named The Very Hungry Caterpillar as his favorite children's book. Name the author of this popular picture book. Yes, Kyler.
Eric Carle.
Yes. What leading Russian opposition leader survived a poisoning attempt in 2020 and has been imprisoned since January 2021? Is it Garry Kasparov, Leonid Volkov, or Alexei Navalny? Yes, Kyler.
Alexei Navalny.
Yes. What river forms the south and southeastern boundary of Illinois? Yes, Kyler.
The Missouri.
No, you want to try it, Commonwealth? Yes, Eritrea.
Ohio.
Ohio River is correct. On July 24th, 1847, after completing a treacherous 1,300-mile journey, what Mormon leader and his followers arrived at Great Salt Lake Valley in present-day Utah? Yes, Eritrea.
Joseph Smith.
No. Boston Latin. Yes, Kyler?
Brigham Young.
Yes. The pyramids of Egypt were built by paid laborers. The myth that they were built by slaves is attributed to what Greek historian known as the father of history? Yes, Eritrea.
Herodotus.
Yes. In the Bible, Eve gets most of the blame for eating the forbidden fruit. But Adam and Eve are equally blamed in what holy book of Islam? Yes, Henry.
The Quran.
Yes. After he left the White House, President Theodore Roosevelt ran for election in 1912 as the candidate of which of the following parties? Know Nothing Party, Bull Moose Party, or Labor Party? Yes, Henry.
Bull Moose Party.
Yes, the prime meridian is 0 degrees longitude and is also known by the name of what London borough? Yes, Eritrea.
Greenwich.
Greenwich is correct. Raising the flag on Iwo Jima is one of the most recognizable photographs from what war? Yes, Eritrea.
Second World War.
Yes. Also called the Eastern Highlands, the Great Dividing Range is the largest mountain range of what country? Yes, Kyler.
Australia.
Yes, the Broadway musicals Chicago and Cabaret were written by what legendary American songwriting team? Yes, Henry.
Rodgers and Hammerstein.
No, Boston Latin, you want to try? Candor and ebb is the answer. At the Battle of Bladensburg during the War of 1812, what U.S. president faced enemy fire as he rode on horseback to rally the troops? Yes, Eritrea.
Madison.
James Madison is correct. And that's the bell ending the toss-up round. The score right now, Boston Latin, 120 points. Commonwealth, 140 points. This is a very good match. Let's hear it for both teams. Okay, the head-to-head round is next, but first we're going to take a few minutes to get to know the teams, to get to know the players, and we do it with a question. I have the question. You guys are going to answer. We're going to start with Boston Latin and you, Mira, and here it comes. If you could rename the street or avenue you live on, what would it be and why?
I would name it The Road Not Taken because I'm a poetry fan.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I was thinking I'd do mine as The Place. You know, like it's something place, the place. Maya, how about you?
I would name it Pie Street just because I like pie and I also like the number pi.
Any particular kind of pie?
I mean, I like blackberry.
Oh, nice. I haven't seen a blackberry pie in a while. Kyler, how about you?
I would name it AP Calculus BC Avenue as a shout out to my AP Calculus teacher, Ms. Kojong.
Okay, bonus points. We're talking bonus points right there. How about you, Coogan?
I would name it Sledding Hill because it would make a great hill for sledding in the winter.
And would it?
Yes.
Okay, let's go over to Commonwealth. Aaron, how about you?
I would rename my street to Rainbow Road because it is one of my favorite tracks in Mario Kart.
Oh, Mario Kart. That's a good one. How about you, Aritra?
I would rename my street Appian Way because I have a substantial appreciation of classical civilization and I'm convinced of the superiority of Roman culture. Carthago delenda est.
Okay. Have you been to Appian Way?
I think it's the largest, most important road in ancient Rome, but I haven't been to Rome. So.
Okay, you need to get there someday. How about you, Henry?
I'd name it the Yellow Brick Road because I'm a fan of The Wizard of Oz, and if anyone wants directions, I can just say follow the Yellow Brick Road.
Okay, and how about you, Thomas?
I would name it Unit Circle because it's an important trigonometric concept, and I like math.
But then you have to explain it to everybody who comes over for dinner. You know what I mean? Anyway, great job, teams. It's time to go head-to-head. That means you all come forward and go head-to-head. So let's do it right now. Okay, in this round, correct answers add 10 points to the team total, and there is a 10-point deduction for incorrect answers. If a player doesn't answer, there is no impact on the team score. So the clock is set at 90 seconds. Good luck, and here we go, teams. Also known as the Salt Sea, what landlocked saltwater lake lies between Israel and Jordan? The Dead Sea. When identical twins occur, how many eggs are fertilized? Yeah.
2.
No, 1. In 2022, amid soaring food and fuel prices, angry protesters occupy the presidential palace in what capital city? Yes.
Washington, D.C.
No, Colombo. What 2019 title is a sequel to Margaret Atwood's dystopian novel, The Handmaid's Tale? The Testaments. By definition, all adult insects have how many legs? Yes.
6.
6 is correct. On November 4th, 1944, Franklin D. Roosevelt gave his final campaign speech at what stadium, the oldest in professional baseball? Fenway Park. On the Disney Plus Obi-Wan Kenobi series, who surprised fans by reprising his role?
Ewan McGregor.
No, James Earl Jones. President John F. Kennedy was campaigning in what U.S. city when he was assassinated in, yes?
Dallas.
Dallas is correct. Joseph Stalin became the undisputed leader of the Soviet Union upon the expulsion of what communist?
Trotsky?
Trotsky is correct. Enceladus was a giant created by Gaia, specifically to destroy what Greek goddess of war and wisdom? Yes.
Athena.
Athena is right. In September. Oh, there's the bell ending the head-to-head round. Let's take a look at the score. Boston Latin right now, 120 points. Commonwealth, 150 points. This is a good match, everybody. Let's make some noise. Okay, next up, the category round with the following categories. Jungle Cruise, I'm with the Band, The Fifth Element, Household Saints, A Little Bit Chowder Now, Stick the Landing. All categories have 5 questions with increasing point value. Teams will each choose 2 categories and will have the option to toss 1 question per category to the other team, and players are able to confer. Boston Latin, who will be the spokesperson for the team? Kyler. How about Commonwealth? And it'll be Aritra. Now, Boston Latin, you have a little ground to make up. You get to choose the first category. What's it going to be?
We'll take I'm with the Band.
I'm with the Band. Questions about banned and challenged books, and for 10 points. Often cited as the most frequently banned book of all time, what chilling dystopia by George Orwell introduced the terms Big Brother and Thought Police?
1984.
Correct. Now for 15 points. In 1989, a California school banned what environmental book by Dr. Seuss because it was believed it would turn children against the logging industry?
The Lorax.
And that is correct. Now for 20 points. In 2022, a school board in Athens, Tennessee voted unanimously to ban what Pulitzer Prize-winning graphic novel about the Holocaust because it contains swear words.
Mouse.
Mouse is correct. Now for 25 points. The Amber Spyglass is the first book in what fantasy trilogy by Philip Pullman that has been challenged for promoting atheism and attacking Christianity?
His Dark Materials.
And that is correct. Now for 30 points. What debut book by Angie Thomas has been challenged for promoting an anti-police message?
The Hate U Give.
And that is correct. Now we'll go to Commonwealth, and you will need a category. What's it going to be?
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise. Questions about the Amazon rainforest. And for 10 points, about 60% of the Amazon rainforest lies in what country?
Brazil.
Brazil is correct. For 15 points, the Amazon River once flowed west instead of east as it does today. About 10 million years ago, what mountain chain rose up and reversed the flow of the river?
Andes.
Andes is correct. For 20 points, what rainforest species that can weigh up to 140 pounds is the world's largest living rodent?
Capybara.
And that is correct. Now for 25 points. In Western medicine, about 25% of all drugs are derived from rainforest plants. What drug made from the bark of the cinchona tree is used to treat malaria?
Penicillin.
No, quinine is the answer. Now for 30 points, also known as Panthera onca. What is the largest cat in the Americas and the third largest feline in the world after tigers and lions?
Jaguar.
Jaguar is correct. And now we go back to Boston Latin, and you will need a category. What's it going to be?
We'll take Household Saints.
Household saints. All answers include the word saint. And for 10 points, what U.S. city is home to the iconic Gateway Arch, which honors the starting point of the Lewis and Clark expedition?
St. Louis.
St. Louis is correct. For 15 points, the unofficial anthem of New Orleans. What jazz standard was popularized by Louis Armstrong and his orchestra back in 1938?
The marching saints.
No answer.
When the Saints Go Marching In is the answer. For 20 points, founded in 1565 by the Spanish, what Florida city is commonly referred to as the nation's oldest city?
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine is correct. For 25 points, Bernini's best-known sculpture is a Baroque marble masterpiece titled The Ecstasy of what female saint?
Teresa.
St. Teresa.
That is correct. Now for 30 points, located just south of Martinique, which member of the British Commonwealth is the only country in the world named after a woman and early Christian saint?
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia is correct. Now we go back to Commonwealth, and you will need a category. What's it going to be, Commonwealth?
The Fifth Element.
The Fifth Element. Questions about chemical elements, and for 10 points. The Hindenburg was designed to run on helium, but because of U.S. export restrictions against Nazi Germany, it was filled with what highly flammable gas instead?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen is right. For 15 points. What is the only metallic element that is liquid at normal temperatures?
Mercury.
Mercury is correct. For 20 points, produced by the decay of uranium and naturally present in rock and soil. What gas is responsible for about 20,000 lung cancer deaths per year in the United States?
Radon.
Radon is right. For 25 points. Derived from the Greek word for stone, what metal is a key component in batteries that power everything from electric cars to remote controls?
Lithium.
Lithium is correct. And now for 30 points. After nitrogen and oxygen, what is the third most common gas in the air we breathe?
Argon.
Argon is correct. And that ends the category round. The score right now: Boston Latin, 305 points. Commonwealth, 300 points. This is an amazing close match. Great job, team. Okay, we are headed into the final round of play. We call it the lightning round. Correct answers add 20 points to the team total. There is a 20-point deduction for incorrect answers. This is a close one. The clock is set. Here we go. In 2022, what South Korean thriller made Emmy history as, yes, Henry?
Parasite?
No, Squid Game. What two-word Latin phrase is a scientific term literally meaning something that happens, yes, Kyler?
No answer.
In vitro. What U.S. city is the home of the Country Music Hall of Fame? Yes, Henry.
Nashville.
Nashville is correct. A mashup of horror, sci-fi, and satire. Nope is the third film from what director? Yes, Kyler.
Jordan Peele.
Yes. In 2022, Admiral Linda Fagan became the first woman to lead a branch of the U.S. military as the leader of which branch? Yes, Aaron.
Navy.
No, Coast Guard. In 1517, who nailed the pamphlet called the 95 Theses?
Martin Luther.
Yes. Who was bound to a rock for eternity? Henry.
Tantalus.
No, Prometheus. The Speaker of the House from 1977 to 1987. What Massachusetts Democrat famously said, all politics is local? Yes, Kyler.
Ted Kennedy.
No, Tip O'Neill. Edgar Allan Poe's celebrated poem, The Raven, ends with what word? Yes, Henry.
Nevermore.
Yes, widely used as international currency in the 18th century. What country produced silver coins called? Yes, Kyler.
Spain.
Spain is correct. Dutch scientist Antony van Leeuwenhoek is credited with developing what scientific instrument in the mid-1600s? Yes, Coogan.
Microscope.
Yes. Whew. And that's the end of the game. The winning team is Boston Latin with a score of 325 points. Commonwealth finishes with 300 points. Congratulations, teams. What a great match. So, Boston Latin now advances to the quarterfinals. You can join us next week for the match between Axton Boxborough High School and Phillips Academy. Until then, don't forget you can play a bonus round of High School Quiz Show on your Alexa or Google Home devices. Just ask your smart speaker to play High School Quiz Show. And we'll see you all back here next week for High School Quiz Show.